Do you find it hard to speak up? Well, I've always been more of an observer than an actor, and more of a leave it alone kind of guy rather than a grab it by the horns person. But there are times when silence is not golden, but instead a matte black that doesn't meet the challenge when something is wrong. It's important to gain a voice in these difficult times. I'm Larry Payne, the host of the Tracks for the Journey network, dedicated to your well-being. I invite you to share a few minutes with me as I explore the capacity and even the responsibility of speaking up when silence feels easier. Today's news reveals the work of powerful groups to silence opposing ideas. Authoritarian dictators arrest opponents. Protesters launch Bible verses like grenades across picket lines. Trolls attack good people on social media with hateful threats. When persons of faith challenge the powers, sparks of conflict bring tumult or transformation to the world. The scriptures provide examples of this difficult engagement from ages past. The prophet Elisha challenged Naaman, the desperate commander of a great pagan army, to surrender his prejudice against the God of Israel, who alone could bring him healing. Paul the apostle brought a prophetic challenge to the Roman governor Agrippa, calling for him to consider his own personal response of faith to the Lord of a new kingdom far greater than Rome. In each story like this, we find the person of power confronted by a greater power embodied in a commoner who is daring to speak up for truth. Where do we find the courage to speak? It grows from self-esteem, I think. Those who understand their innate worth and dignity can turn that assurance into great courage. Most of the time, we feel our worth is connected to what we're successful in doing, and our society certainly rewards those who do things with paychecks and accolades and magazine covers. Certainly, striving for a productive life is healthy, but worth is far deeper than what we put on a resume. Dr. Brené Brown writes, "Worthiness doesn't have any prerequisites. Here's what is truly at the heart of wholeheartedness: worthy now. Not if, not when. We are worthy of love and belonging right this minute as we are." For persons of faith, the inclusion in God's loving family provides a foundation of worth. God includes every human being in divine love without demanding prerequisites of holding a certain belief or performing prescribed rituals. God proves God's love for us in that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us, is a revolutionary declaration that elevates all to unshakable worth. Could there be some power that's to hear your voice? A place where your values are being ignored or other worthy people being demeaned? If it feels wrong, it probably is. And when a power is seeking to further an agenda that hurts people, divides communities, or blocks well-being, then your voice, our voice, can make a difference. Others will soon join us in resistance and action that strives for the common good. We can gather courage by noting voices from the past who have spoken up to the powers who only wanted silence. We can think of a determined priest, Francis of Assisi, who spoke the truth about life with God to a medieval church enamored with wealth. We can think about a Baptist preacher of the 16th century, Thomas Helwys, who delivered a call for religious liberty to the King of England, who claimed power over the conscience of every subject in England. We can also think of kindergartner Ruby Bridges and her parents. As Ruby walked with courage to school in 1959, inflicting the bigots of New Orleans with a witness of equality and opportunity. We can think today of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez as the youngest woman and youngest Latina to serve in Congress. Her upbringing in the Bronx, stellar academic record, and unparalleled energy has pushed her forward to challenge the powers that said she couldn't be elected or be effective in Congress. She has been effective, seeing many of her bills passed, and today she's battling the MAGA agenda that threatens economic disaster for millions of average Americans. She found a voice to speak up for change. Yes, I feel inadequate lots of times as I try to speak, and all of us do, and that's okay. Common folks' faith join the energy of God when we speak up for justice, equal opportunity, and love. I'm Larry Payne, your host of Tracks for the Journey, and I want to thank you for listening today. I hope you'll take time to rate the podcast on the provider that you use, and I also hope that you'll become a subscriber. A paid subscription provides opportunities to listen to special episodes, bonus episodes, and to be a part of the Tracks for the Journey network community. You can find all the information at my website, tracksforthejourney.com.